Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss something different. We are actually going to discuss some side hustles that you can do as a nurse, something that can give you some income besides working in a hospital or working wherever you are working as a nurse. So we're going to talk about so many things, and in these things you don't need capital to start them. We are not going to talk about things that you'll need capital to start. Okay, so the first side hustle is working as a part-time nurse, a school nurse, and you will find that most private schools have school nurse. Public schools will have a dispensary sponsored by the government, so the government will send a nurse there. But private schools normally have a small dispensary in the dorm, and this place is where they need nurses to come and attend to the children. Most of the time they employ only one nurse who works full-time, but then they need another extra nurse who will be coming to relieve this one nurse maybe during the weekends or twice in a week. So this is a good opportunity because you don't have to leave your job to be working there. If you're supposed to work in a place for two days or even 1 day in a week, it's something that is doable for a nurse. And so the payment is always good. Here in Kenya they charge about $30 per day. So if you work for 2 days, that could be $60. So it's due. And for you to get them, you need to apply for them. Just move from one school to the other as you request for a chance. You'll always get a chance. So that is the first one. Okay, so the second one is working as a home-based care nurse. Home-based care is when a patient has been discharged from the hospital with a chronic condition, and you have to go with this patient to their home to continue with the services. For example, is wound care. If a patient has been discharged before the wound has healed completely, you can be going to the patient's home every single day to clean the wound for about 3 to 5 days. Normally some patients, even after they feel well, they usually have that doubt and they want you to go to their home to teach the caregivers on how to give the care at home. So when you go there and you assist, they will pay you for the services. It's usually not free. So in such cases, here in Kenya they pay about $2, okay, depending on the location. Some will even pay you $20. Some will even pay you $50, per session. So it depends with the severity of the condition, the location of the patient, and the procedure. So when all that is done, this is something that you can always do during your part-time. Actually, you can organize. If you go to work from 7:30 to 6:30, you can organize to go and visit the patient at 8 p.m. in the evening. So this is based on your free time, and it's something that is doable. You don't need capital to do it because the patient is the one who caters for each and everything that you need in that setup. Okay, so the third thing is being a flight nurse. Flight nurse is when there's a patient here in Kenya, for example, who needs to go to India for medical examination or further medical management. We have many patients going to India because of their specialized way in the hospitals which are there. And so being a flight nurse, the only thing you need is a passport, and then you will be assisting the patient in the aircraft as you travel. And so it is something that is easy and it is well paying. The payments are always negotiable depending on how much you know them and how much maybe you want to assist them, but otherwise it's a good side hustle that you can always start. Okay, so another side hustle is selling medical supplies and equipment. Most of the time you'll find other people who are not in the medical fields are the ones selling the medical supplies and medical equipment. It is easier when you are a medic and you're selling those things. It will be easier for you to even explain to them how to use them and their importance. Someone who is not in the field is not able to give all the details because they don't really understand what it's all about. But if you've ever used these things, or you keep all the things you use in the hospital all the time, it is easy for you to convince someone who is buying to get your product. So that is another side hustle. These things really, you don't have to sell from morning to evening. You can sell them online, you can sell them over the phone. All you need is just to buy a few or talk to a company that is selling them to give it to you. You sell and then you give them back money. So you don't need capital to start this, and it's a very good side hustle because you get your commission from there depending on what you sell. Okay, another thing is now getting contracts for vaccination. Like the other time when we had COVID-19 and we were giving vaccines, this thing was done on part-time in some of the places because it's something that you only vaccinate people for 2 weeks. So for example, when you are having your off days or you are on leave, you can take this chance to be vaccinating people. You apply for the opportunity and you vaccinate them, you get your money. So this is another way of side hustling. One is a medical research assistant. Like in the hospitals, you'll find people doing their masters, even their degrees, even their diplomas. So when they do that, there's a unit for research. So when it gets there, you can work as a research assistant. Most of the time, they will be taking statistics from the hospital where you work in. So they give you forms to fill. Yours is just to check on the conditions and you fill the forms depending on the patients you have reviewed with that condition, and then you submit it to those who are doing the course. So this is a good thing that you may want to do because it's not free. You'll get your payment once you are done with all that. So that's something else that you need to check on. Okay, another thing is working in the insurance companies to sort out claims from hospitals. Most of the insurance companies work with the hospitals, and so when the claims come in, they're not able to know if this condition really deserves this kind of tests and examinations in the hospital. So you can ask for such an opportunity so that when you are from work, you can pass by in the evening and sort out a few claims as you help them see whether they were well done or whether the investigations that were claimed had deserved the claim. So that is another thing that you need to look at when you want to put more money in your pockets. Another thing is tutoring. Tutoring is very good. Most of the time people want to get knowledge on nursing and other things that are related to nursing and medical care. This is an opportunity that you can take. As you can see me right now, I'm here teaching you a few things. This is an example of a tutoring, though it's not paying immediately, but there are some instances where you will get immediate payment. So those are things you can consider as a nurse to share your knowledge to other people through tutoring. Okay, another thing is doing locum in other hospitals. Like you might be working in one hospital as an ICU nurse, for example, but there's another hospital just where you stay where there's an ICU. So if there's shortage in that hospital, you may go there and ask them for a chance to be working there when you're off on this other side. So that's also another thing. They pay so well actually, though they pay by the end of the month, but it is something that will help you in having some money in your pocket. Another thing is you can be a consultant. You can be a nurse consultant. You can have a consultancy firm where people can come and consult you when it comes to nursing. When people want to open hospitals and they want the best nursing care, they come and consult you, and many other things. And of course, it is not free. It is something that you will be earning something extra from it. So this is something that you can also consider. The last one is medical freelancing. If you're somebody who loves online working, this is one of the opportunity you can seek where you freelance. You can seek help through online. They show you which subjects they want you to discuss, what they want you to write, what exactly they want you to do. When you do it for them and then you send it to their countries, they pay you some money. So this is something, if you love online working, you can decide to take it.